And we're specifically going a much harder than you should be going, but I don't see any issues that groomers should have. And go on the face and ease up on the treats, please.
Okay.
I mean, we having the whole. Okay, good, and more on the face. There you go. Good. Okay. Eyes and ears. And for, as you know, for this breed is important because they get a lot of moisture in there a lot of times and infections. And don't wait until you have to put medication in to start messing with his ears, because that's not going to work. And again, we are specifically grabbing him harder than you should be grabbing him, but we just want to make sure that he is accepting this.
Good. Good.
He has a tough nail.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he
That was
does.
like a rhino horn, man.
Very like.
Oh my God.
Mhm.
I wish I had ones like that. Somebody has a good metabolism. And the game is find the nail.
Mhm.
Doesn't matter. He got his nose in there. If you want to lie down, that's okay. By us. You look so funny, girl. Boy. Well, I know the place where they all live. Those treats. Good boy. You want a treat for everything, aren't you? Everything. You're not getting anything.
Okay. Okay.
That's obviously if you want him with you.
Oliver, place.
stuff happens.
Hi. How are you? Good. Very nice. Mm-hmm.
I don't know whose car is it either.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh-huh. Okay. Good. Mm-hmm. Good. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. Uh-huh. Sure. Oh. Yeah? Oh. Okay. Okie dokie. All right. Thank you. Okay.
And this is very important. Yeah, it is. Um, Separation is in time. When you've done something and you are not letting your dog off the hook, so you're not making association that once you're done talking, it's time to break everything.
Okay. You. Good.
He's such an owl.
Okay. Good.
He's such a respectful boy, that's what I'm trying to say. And remember how we separated on fast and slow, back and forth, change the lane, zigzag, just so when you practice this, and I hope you will practice with this one, um, it can be very productive. Ah. Hello.
Hey.
Where's all the chickapoos? We have no chickies anymore here. Oliver doesn't even have a chickens to look at.
Nope.
Normally we always stop by the chickens. They're changing everything on me, Carrie. I can't take it. Oh, you thought there was...
Well, I figured it was.
Okay. There you go. Good job. That's an excellent job. That's an excellent job, boy. Oh, well, it's just not getting all in there. And it's
Down? Good.
perfect.
Okay. Huh? Hug. Hug. Down. Over. Good. Over. Okay. Down. No, down. Over. Over. Good. No.
We're all very excited. It's very windy. Our brain is
Around.
full of hot air.
Good. Around.
I'm sorry, cooler air, actually.
Good. Good. Pass off. Pass off. Good. Chair. Nope. Chair. All right. Okay.
That was a very nice turn. So I wanted to stop it, but I'm not going to stop it because he just got spaced out a little bit. So it's not a big deal at all, obviously. He listened and all that stuff. But I got to make sure it's just a fluke. And if she's feeding him, we can finish. And please notice we don't tell him to sit or stay or whatever. We just open the door and walk him out. So you need to hold him accountable for not going out, meaning, with training, obviously. So as of right now, he knows open door doesn't mean much, meaning that he cannot be anywhere outside. Um, you see that step? So basically, in my house, he just can't step down off that step. And every door pretty much has either doorway or something. And my um, case is just step down that he can do. He can be anywhere in the house. He doesn't have to sit there and wait for her. It's just because we train so much. That's why he's sitting there waiting for her, because he knows the routine. She's going to come back at some point. But the point is, he shouldn't be making a decision of leaving your house, even if the door is slightly open or whatever it is, and somebody didn't close it, whatever. So that's what the training is for. And so you're able to go to your car, get your stuff, or whatever you need. He's a boy.
Okay. Place. 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 Okay.
That's exactly how you define it. If his feet are inside of that perimeter and that boundary, he's okay. If it's not, and his front feet, he knows where to put it.
over here. Good boy. Down. Very good boy.
And she's gonna put that on the front seat. So in the beginning she can have more control, but he's already driving pretty much pretty good, laying down and all that. But if she needs to, whatever, she doesn't have to lay down the whole time, but he can stand up, look at the windows, both windows, but we have been reinforcing heavily when he was lying down. So it doesn't have to, again, I mean, if he wants to sit up, that's just fine. But what he cannot do is frantically trying to get either in the back or on the front, or get in or get out of the car. That's the biggest thing. Let's just see if he's gonna go down with time or not. Normally he does. Alright, Carrie, help him. Just tell him down.
No. Down.
Alright. We kind of want to make sure that you can actually control that, so that's why we're doing this. Okay, go ahead. I touched the car. Oh my God. And you should be able, without all this jumping nonsense and all that stuff, you should be able to do it just like that. So if you practice this, you will be able to. Obviously, if you're not going to practice, then none of this is going to happen. But he knows how to be good. He loves playing. And that's important, to play with him. It's not enough that dogs just play with each other. We need to be part of the games. Good job. And the faster he releases, the faster he gets it back, so that's very easy. Unless you obviously want to not give it to him, and you know. And no, we're not giving it to him. And you need to know and move the, yeah, there you go. So he can't be grabbing it. There you go. And he's asking for permission, which is great. There you go. So just every play and every game is supposed to have rules. So make sure you have rules, make sure you follow it, and make sure you actually go with it. Because you've got to play with them. In either the ball or frisbee or tug of war or whatever, it has to have rules. It has to have no, down, stay. So you got to control all those emotions. All right, Karen, he can have it. There you go. Ah! And you see how he wants to play with her? And that's basically, he wants to. So, there you go. But it's see, tug of war has no interest unless he is with you, see? So he is, yes, he is very much excited about this, and it should be a part of your daily routine because they love it, and that way you practice it and you have a relationship that's better with your dog, because the only thing is you initiate those games and you stop them, because as you see, he is pushy, and he wants to wants and wants and wants. Well, you need to stop it and you need to initiate it.
Okay.
And you shouldn't be allowing him to push you around. There you go. All right. Okay, I'm going to let you go.
No. Okay. No.
I can't help you. What are you looking at me for?
Okay. No. Okay. No. 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 Okay. No. Okay. 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 No. Okay. In.
I don't know where they were in the beginning of the video. I missed them. But we don't reshoot these, so you're getting what you're getting. I wonder how big these palms can actually get. Because this is 6 years of growth. Have you seen them, like, huge? I don't recall ever seeing them, like, and that's what I told him, but he's like, oh, this is great. I said, how are you going to reach it in about, I don't know.
Because I think there's ones that look similar that are like a bush. They look like
Right. Right, but those are different. These are Bismarck's. Bismarck's palms. All right, go ahead. It's just they're growing and growing and pretty soon he's not going to be able to reach them. I just don't know if they stop grow or not. That's, huh?
I would think they would keep going up.
He just anticipates, but because it's exercises.
Okay, yep.
And he needs to go and lie down straight. That's what she's trying to. That's why I'm not stopping the video.
Good.
Because he's ahead of her.
Good.
A bit, so when he lies down, he is not all that straight.
Yep.
She's just trying to show you that you shouldn't be taking it and you should work it out. He knows how to do it right, just like that.
Okay, yep.
And she specifically slows down, watching it if he is going to lie down or not. But if she stopped, that's what he needs to do. So she had to tell him. So he said, but she had to tell him. So I just want to make sure that keep rolling on this because you got to do this exercise because the dogs get tired. Good. And I'm gonna drop it. Just stay there if you would for a second. Yes, he's tired. You can see this because he did very well in the beginning, but then he's getting tired because that exercise makes no sense. But because it doesn't make any sense, it's very good exercise because the dog is just, she's like, I just don't understand why we have to keep doing it over and over and over. So, and if he is keep doing this, then you're working on the work ethics, and that's what's important for any young dog, young male dog like that. All right, sorry. Thank you, Carrie. She called them. Come. I didn't hear that either, so. But she did. And he has done up to 40 minutes without distractions. Obviously less with distractions, but there's no need for it. So we always like leave the site and whatever so the dog isn't really watching us, but we get accomplished by just working with him in the yard and then stepping inside, for example, of the house or something like that. Especially if you have windows that you can watch him through, but he don't need to be seeing you every single time. The more you practice on a stay, and then harder you do it because, you know, if you're up practice, at least you do it hard. So you're making it harder by making other dogs move or whatever it is, you know. And he's done over 40 minutes without distractions and on the easiest days, and obviously less, about 20 minutes with moderate distractions. And if it's too much, he still can do 5-10 minutes stays. So there's no need for babying him much. He's an adult. So, but you gotta work him a little harder because he's not having the good work ethics. So that's where you get um, resistance and unwillingness to work. Well, it's not a proper day for rocking. It's Tuesday. I'm sure they'll rock it on Saturday and Sunday afternoon. For the video purposes, we are doing it for 5 minutes only because none of us can sit here longer and especially watch the video any longer. So once it's 5 minutes, we are going to release him, but he can do a much better than this. And also, outside in your backyard, it's also considered to be without distractions. Even though there's lizards and birds and all that stuff, that's because the dog majority of the time works there. It's pretty much like a training field. So it's
Which one? Which one?
No.
I'm gonna think about it. He's a little medieval to me.
Our trainer suggests, so, that's all. Says that having a coach
heard that?
Their trainer suggests what over what?
Halter over prawn.
Exactly.
Frenchie. Good, good, good guys. Yeah, shepherd, yeah, so just keep going. Sure you have the huckles up and all that. Good job.
No, we're here. Good.
Good job. And always you gotta return so he's not getting you.
Down.
No, down.
That's a always good spot to work on stuff because you're out of the way, but you're kind of in the middle of all the action. People with dogs and carts and children, they're all coming out. They all very much. All right, we can go. Okay, gotta open the car, so.
Okay, you. Okay. Come.
Oh, what a good
Good boy. Good. Okay. Come. Okay. Sniffing something, so he's distracted. Oh, never mind. Good boy. Good. So you notice I'm grabbing his collar to make that part of the behavior. That's just in the event of an emergency. Okay? You need to put a collar or I'm sorry, connect a leash to him. It's not going to be some weird freakish thing out of the ordinary. So if you're constantly grabbing his collar, it's something he's used to. So if you have to do it in an emergency, he's not going to care. Come. Good. Some dogs, if you never do that and then you randomly bring the leash, okay. So, let me tell you something about your dog. Very smart. So he's just going to wait there until I call him. Come. Because he knows that's how he gets a treat, right? So, this is the second time he did it. If he does it again, good, okay? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to wait for him to go away. Come. Good. So it's on my terms. Good. Good. Grabbing the collar. Okay. So if he's constantly doing that, that's why he's doing it. Come. So like it took me the second time to figure it out myself, right? So now I'm waiting for him to like go away from me, okay? And then I'm calling him. Because that's a very nice, sweet, cute way to get treats. And that's how smart your boy is. Come. Good boy. Okay. You might notice too, he looks back as we're walking. That's just actually checking to see where I'm at, which is not a bad thing. Just kind of checking in, which is what happens when you work on this particular behavior a lot. They will constantly check in, even if he goes out of sight. Sometimes he'll like just kind of look for you and then go back to doing whatever it is that he was doing. Nope. Come. Good boy. So he wanted, I don't know where he was going, but he was interested in something. Good boy. Might have been Amanda over there. So, very good. And he gets a couple extra treats. Good, okay? Because that's a distraction in itself. Come. All right, good boy. Wow, the branch survived.
It did.
Yeah, you need a different squeaker. Is that red? Red doesn't bounce, or
No,
this?
not like this. This one's like real bouncy.
Ah, okay. Because today I didn't do that. Mine Red Bull didn't do that.
Red one, yeah, it's like heavier.
Because that's what I wanted to do, but it didn't work this way this morning. Look, don't put this in my face, okay? Just don't put it in my face. I don't blame him. Alright, so you can see that there is a, we're down, Carrie. You can see that there's an interest, but he is referred not to do it, so not to follow it. So you gotta work on all the favorite toys like that. I know, I'm right here.
Down?
Wait, we're not gonna come up too close to the cats because
No, down.
cats are not really liking this whole interaction thing. He doesn't care, but cats do. See how they are? No, we don't need to. And see how he is? There you go.
You all said that's the Little Mermaid dog.
Oh.
Looks like him.
Mhm.
True.
Okay.
Huh?
Wonder how that duck's doing.
Oh. Yeah, that you let me like almost break into the government property to get this duck. Got it. Let's go save him. We did. There was a crime investigator unit was standing there, and I had to get underneath the car. Alrighty. everybody has to understand that place is not necessarily down or sit or stand or anything. Place is literally a space which dog needs to be occupying in any way, form, or shape, but it cannot leave it. So this blanket represents the literally four corners and lines that he cannot break. Too often we constantly see you people micromanaging this to have to be on the down, have to be this. No. Place is a very relaxed command. As long as you're not leaving that space that I created for you, you're absolutely fine. He can be upside down, he can stand, he can jump, he can do whatever he wants on it. He can chew stuff on it. I don't care. He just cannot leave that boundary. That's all what that means. So just make sure that you're keeping it as is, because that way you can demand more from a dog to stay there longer, to be much more particular with that. But it's a very useful thing. It takes the dog away from you and it bounds it somewhere where, you know, it just needs to be there, that's all. So he can choose if he wants to sit or stand or lie down or whatever it is might be.
Okay. Down. Okay. Down. No. Down. Good. Okay. You're so smart. Go. Down. Perfect. So like I mentioned in the come video, notice how he was stopping. Okay? When you call him come, he does that too. Sometimes with a down, he'll anticipate it. So if he does that, you're just gonna not ask him. You're gonna ask him when he's not expecting it, not when he expects it. And I can get more into that with you when I come to your house. And come. Good. Good. Okay. Nope. Down. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay? Down. Very good. Down. Perfect. Okay. Down. Perfect. All right, we're going to end it there. Good boy. Okay.